He's dead, Jim.
He's dead, Jim.
He's dead.
He's dead, Jim. She's dead, Jim.
Let us hear it for our poor dead friend.
The colossal stupidity of The Mandalorian Episode 6, titled Guns for Hire, is the final nail in The Mandalorian's coffin. Star Wars is such a dead brand now that even the content pirates stop bothering and view it as a waste of hard drive space. There is such a term for Episode 6, and that term is jumping the shark. The meaning of such a term is the moment in the show that marks its systemic decline in quality and viewership. Ironically enough, because God has a wonderful sense of humor, the origin of said term comes from a TV show, Happy Days, a show that starred Ron Howard, where his friend, a character named Fonzie, jumps over a shark on water skis and right into television ratings oblivion. So it's only fitting that Ron's daughter, Bryce Dallas Howard, directed The Mandalorian Episode 6. Now both can be interlinked with episodes you point to and say, hey, that's it, that's the one. This is where the series had gone past the point of no return and became complete shit. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the episode that officially killed Disney's Star Wars. An episode that didn't just jump the shark, it swung back around and ate it. An episode where I'm going to cover the entire plot. I would say spoilers are inbound, but this show is already so spoiled to its core. It's like those potatoes that you left at the bottom of your refrigerator that you completely forgot about until one day you open the drawer and you don't even recognize what you're looking at. It's just this green goo of what was, and instead of cleaning it out, you just move out of your house. The episode starts off with the most useless scene in Mandalorian history. A prologue where Captain Face Carrots here is intercepted by Mandalorian, who have acquired a Star Destroyer somehow. I always thought a Star Destroyer needed 100 crew members at minimum to operate, but apparently not. It only takes one guy, while the others stand around and listen to atrocious dialogue. See, the Mandalorian are after a boy, and they suspect Captain Flaccid Carrots, who's in love with this boy, took him. They discover that he indeed is on her ship and hauls the boy away from her. But before they do, Captain Dildo Face takes her slimy, limp phallus thingies and caresses the boy's face with it. Oh, I love you. Never forget me, and never forget the smell of my octopus. Okay, so you think to yourself, oh great, here's another side quest for Mando and Bo-Katan. They're going to be hired to rescue the boy and have to battle other Mandalorian over him, but in the end, they'll come to a mutual understanding and team back up. Oh no, dear viewer, that kind of thinking requires the understanding of basic story structure and oxygen to the brain. This not only ends the scene, but it ends this little side story in general. The whole 5-minute prologue is never visited again throughout the whole show. So it begs the question, why? Why are you wasting our time, Bryce? Was it to watch the fish love each other? Is that what you wanted? I don't want to watch fish love. No one wants to watch fish love. No one asked for this. Even worse, it sounds like Limpus Dickus here was voice acted by a woman who's in her 40s, and Dorktopus was voice acted by a 15-year-old.
I won't go. We love each other.
And I will always love you.
Moving pretty quick there. Why don't you have a seat right over there?
So what are Mando and Bo-Katan really doing? They're headed to Plazir 15, which is the living, breathing society if meme. Dear God, shoot me in the eyeballs. They are taken to a dinner party, and when the doors open, there is something worse waiting for them than when Darth Vader is waiting for Han Solo. Something so vile and so disgusting, you didn't think it was possible that they would do this to Star Wars.
Plazir suffered greatly under Imperial rule.
Gotta say, it's an interesting idea to put a planet and its moon on another planet, but once again, the writers failed to explain how the gravitational pull of Lizzo's ass didn't consume Plazir 15.
Like, I know I'm big, but bitch, I'm not that fucking big. Like, look.
And even funnier is the fact that they introduced her fat ass at a dinner scene. Look at this wide shot. She barely fits in it. She makes Jack Black look malnourished. How is that even possible? He looks so tiny.
Could I perhaps hold the baby?
Oh yeah, sure, you can totally hold him, because you're going to eat him, right? We're going to finally be done with this grass stain of a character. Oh good, the little piece of shit flips out of his stroller again. This is literally a copy and paste job, isn't it? Sure, why not? I mean, why put the work into doing something different? You can just Command C and Command V your work before your breakfast burrito gets cold. That totally makes sense. And then on to the next scene, Jabba's daughter here and giant ball of burning gas have a walk and talk with dialogue so ugly I'm pretty sure it made me deaf.
We have a problem.
Yes?
A droid problem.
What kind of droid problem?
Malfunction.
A coordinated malfunction.
We think.
Droids gone haywire? Oh no, aren't they wacky? If Mando and Bo can stop these zany droids, they can meet with other Mandalorian who are on the planet as well. The king and queen of the buffet informs them. Make this make sense for the audience, Mandalorian AI writing staff. Mando and Bo are Mandalorians who come to Plazier 15 to talk with other Mandalorians when they are stopped by the king and queen. The king and queen want Bo and Mando to help with the droid problem because Mando and Bo carry weapons. The other Mandalorians, who also carry weapons and happen to live on the planet, are apparently out there too busy scratching their balls or something to be asked. If Mando and Bo complete this task, then they can meet with those nut-scratching Mandalorians.
This doesn't make any sense.
In order for us to leave this video game cutscene, we need a list of malfunctioning droids. Does King and Queen Hot Dog Neck here have the proper material ready for Mando and Bo to start their hunt? No, they ate them by mistake. So Mando and Bo have to go to Christopher Lloyd, and holy shit, did they wheel his ass out from a home or what? Good God, what are they doing to this poor old man? And he delivers his lines like he was promised tapioca pudding at the end of the day. Please, someone back to the future his ass back to the retirement community before they put out a silver alert. Anyways, he explains how their society on Plazier 15 works and how it's a direct democracy that needs the droids, blah, blah, blah. No one gives a shit. Mando and Bo wants the list of malfunctioning droids from him, but he doesn't have it. All right, back to the home, Grandpa. Your scene was worthless. Instead of him going back to bed, he sends them to those who refurbish the droids, the ugnaughts on the lower levels. Oh, cool. Another episode where the story is so thin it was like Lizzo sat on it. So we visit the ugnaughts below who don't believe the droids are malfunctioning, but they do keep a list of the malfunctioning droids. They also have the roundabout location of where the next droid malfunction is going to be. So to recap this scene, they don't believe their droids are malfunctioning, but they have a list of malfunctioning droids and a possible location of the next droid malfunctioning. What is even this scene? I have seen scribbles by preschoolers that make more sense than this plot thread. Who cares? Anyways, they go to where the next droid malfunction might be, and the CGI in this town gets worse as well. And Mando's brilliant strategy to find the malfunctioning droid is to kick around all the droids like they're the audience members watching a Disney Star Wars show. Mando finally kicks the right droid, and it runs away, and it turns into the most boring foot chase until Mando comes up with the galaxy-brained but subtle plan of tackling the droid before gunning it down in the middle of the street like they should have done when the foot chase started. They find a spark pad on it, whatever the hell that is, and it says the resistor on it. Mando guesses that it's a droid bar. A what? No, don't tell me. Please, for the love of God, do not tell me. A droid bar is exactly that, where droids are slugging back a few quarts of oil and snacking on nuts and bolts before heading out to work. I can't wrap my head around this stupid shit anymore. I just can't. The robots are drinking. They are at a bar drinking nanobots that help repair the programming. Whoever wrote this scene and these plot elements has his head so far up his ass he's using his dick as a periscope. So all malfunctioning droids have drank from the same bad batch of nanobots. We get an analysis of the bad batch with the diversity, obesity, and protrusion higher, and she discovers a chain code is embedded inside the nanodroids. It's illegal to have nanodroids on this planet. So who ordered them? The plot thickens. Old dust farter Christopher Lloyd ordered them. Seems like the dementia got this guy good, boys. I mean, the one guy who sent our dynamic duo to find the mystery behind the malfunctioning droids totally forgot that he did it himself all along until he was got. For solving the crimes, Mando and Bo-Katan get keys to the planet in the shape of the Millennium Falcon, and Grogu gets knighted with a sword you get from the Renaissance Fair because the props department gave up on this show long ago. And what, are we going to start addressing Baby Yoda as Sir Grogu or something now? Suck my intergalactic dick, Star Wars. Mando and Bo get to meet with the Blue Rebel Mandalorian gang led by Axe Wolves or Wolves. Is it Wolves or Wolves? Yeah, I don't give a shit. And he and the other Mandalorians are chilling at the park smoking cigarettes or something. And it literally is a park. It's like your local park. Bo challenges him to a fight where she takes an insurmountable amount of punches to the face. I mean, she's just taking this toxic male's fist all over the place. I've never seen such a fisting like this. But despite the high level of deep fisting she receives from a toxic male Mandalorian, she wins. Toxic male Mandalorian says she shouldn't even be fighting him for control. She should be fighting Din, who has the dark saber. So Din ignites the dark saber and cuts everyone down who challenges him until they all fall in line, right?
Wrong.
that would be too interesting to see. Instead, he casually hands her the dark saber without a fight, because it wouldn't be modern entertainment unless they made their male lead a bitch. I guess because he lost it once on Mandalore like you would a set of car keys, she picked it up and that means it's hers. Apparently a fight to the death for the dark saber to Mandalorians meant returning lost items to the lost and found. And in the end, Bo-Katan, being the girl boss that she is, ignites the dark saber in front of everyone, making this the Bo-Katan Show featuring the Mandalorian. This is it. This is the episode everyone can point to and say, this is the episode that gave the entire season gangrene. The diabetes episode. You know, this review is probably going to get me called fat phobic, but I assure you I'm not fat phobic. I'm diabetes phobic. And this episode gave me diabetes by the sheer act of just watching it.
I'm Wilfred Brimley, and I'd like to talk to you for a few minutes about diabetes.
This episode is the culmination of everything wrong with this season. A pointless subplot, side quests within side quests, shitty cameos, and writing from people whose birthstone has to be crystal meth. When I first heard Disney was purchasing Star Wars, I thought they were going to have Vader do a song and dance routine while Luke, Han, and Leia played in the band behind him. Never once in my darkest imagination did I think Star Wars could get this low, but here we are, in hell. It's another bait and switch from Disney, a move they seem to not get enough of. And if I'm being honest, I almost bait and switched this entire review to be a review of Lizzo's last Grammy performance. But I have enough respect for my audience to know when a joke is taken too far. The Mandalorian was Disney Plus's flagship show, and well, now that flag has been burnt and that ship has sunk. And the Fonz is jumping over it in a pair of jean shorts and leather jacket. Ayy. I would say that I'm shocked, but during the premiere episode, I said that based on the writing quality of the first episode, this season was going to crash and burn. And I caught a lot of shit for that bit of commentary, but guess who's laughing now? But make no mistake about it, there's some positivity to this episode. This should be a call to arms to all independent creatives out there. A talented person with far less budget can create something much more appealing than this shit stain attempting to pass as entertainment. The creative who understands a piece of good entertainment starts with a good foundation, and a good foundation is good writing, would be miles ahead of the AI that writes this crap. Star Wars and The Mandalorian is dead. Episode 6 killed them both. All other episodes from here on out are just shovelfuls of dirt being thrown on top of its casket. I'm outta here.